So we're going to check out a video from the good brother Shisha Zed. What happens when modern wives win the lottery?
This topic leads me to another topic of the study that was done about married couples winning the lottery and the chances of the woman divorcing the man after winning the lottery versus a man divorcing his wife after winning the lottery. Let's check it out.
Let's say that you win the lottery, $1 million. Are you leaving your partner? They just did this big study in Sweden, and they say that dudes, if they won the lottery, we'll say $1 million, they are likely to stay married. In fact, more likely to stay married. Their risk of divorce falls by 40%.
Makes sense, because a lot of married guys I know just want like a bigger TV and not have to worry about bills and a bigger chair.
Their risk of divorce actually falls. Wow.
An NFL Sunday ticket, and that seems like more than enough for many of the people I know that are in relationships.
Yeah, because you know what's easier than finding a new wife? Like a good lazy boy.
Yeah.
Women, on the other hand, they say female lottery winners are twice as likely to get a divorce.
Oh my God.
after they win big.
Oh, really?
This just goes to show that there are a lot of women out there that are still just with a man for what he can provide, and most men are not with women for what they provide to them. And the truth is that men, they just want the same thing. They want a woman that is with him because she loves him for who he is as a person and not for what he can provide, which is way more genuine, ladies. I'm sorry, guys win this one.
Let's say that you win the lottery, $1 million.
It's crazy if you think about that. It's crazy if you think about that. If women could be financially independent, how high would the divorce rates be really? Let's check out.
Well, one thing it's a problem is women think it's a competition. It is not a competition. It is not a competition. I don't really like using these words in like marriages in particular, but it's cooperative. Actually, yeah, that's a good word for it. It's a cooperative. It's not a partnership. It's not a competition. It's a cooperative. We're gonna look at each other's flaws, and we're going to learn to accept those flaws, but we can work on them. We can work on our flaws, and then we cooperate. We're going to understand that we are humans. We're going to understand that we're flawed. We're going to understand no matter what our age, we're going to make mistakes. Now, if you're of a certain age and a certain mentality, some mistakes won't be tolerated, but that's what we're going to do.
Got some of these comments, see what the people have to say. First comment here says, women marry men who they have lukewarm feelings for. Is the dirty secret that women don't talk about. What do you guys think of that? Let's see some responses to that. This person says truth. Another person here says true. Another person here says, and then they make those men miserable. Here's another comment that says, I would love to watch these women lose half of their winnings in the divorce settlement.
That would be fun.
I didn't even think of that, man. Yeah, they would have to split those earnings. Be broke within a year. That's what I was thinking about. Either way, they're going to end up. Are women self-destructive, like just naturally? Goes on to say, broke within a year, and then suffer alone with 12 cats. I do not doubt that shit would end the same. They'll spend all that money that they win. If you were to give it to them and some guy, right? Pookie would come over there and convince him to give it to him. And they're like, okay, he's busting the cheeks. Really good. And the mind's gone. And not thinking straight. Here's another comment that says, nope. I would spoil my man and myself. Life is worth sharing beautiful things and moments. They are women.
Here's what I don't understand, and frankly, I'll never understand it. Why is it so important to have the latest bag, the newest vehicle, the biggest house? Why is that stuff so important? Why is that stuff so important? If I was a millionaire, you would never know it. And I don't care what woman I'm with. We gonna have the necessities and probably just a little bit extra. Because that's really all we need. The goal is gonna be, when we're no longer on this earth, as far as finances go, when we're no longer on this earth, our kids are not gonna have to worry about burial expenses and, things of that nature. I for the life of me, I cannot figure out. Actually, I do know why. Because women want to impress each other. They don't want to impress men. They want to impress each other. So when they get on social media, they see this girl in the Dominican Republic on vacation, not knowing that she lives at home with her mom and she saved checks at her job for 2 years just to spend it on a trip. And then just to put it on Instagram, stuff like that, it's mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling.
Who wouldn't do that? Of course, we know that doesn't make them up the majority of women. But what woman would tell you that she would? She would just be quiet underneath the comment section. Here's another comment that says, sadly, this is very true. The amount of my lady friends who say, once I build me my nest egg, there, I think that's supposed to say, I'll be leaving him, is absurd. I think these women need to snitch on these men. One thing I will say about women is they're able to set up communities to help each other in emotionally tough situations. You hear about like the Facebook groups. We have platforms like the Coffee Pod and other platforms, but you hear like these Facebook groups where women will post these men they're dating to make sure that they're not dating the same guy.
When in reality, a lot of them do end up dating the same guy because they're all looking for the same guy. They're looking for the Sixers, the six-pack abs, 6 foot. Well, now it's 6'2", 6'3". They want to be making at least figures, and even that has gone up to $200,000, $300,000. So even if they are dating the same guy, they're not gonna tell them because they're harmful to each other, because they lie to each other. When women have issues and they get in groups with each other, they don't tell each other the truth. All they want to know is if someone else is going through the same thing. That's all they want to know. They don't care about no solutions as far as the problem goes. How many times have you seen a video or anything like that where all the woman says is, am I alone in this? Or is anybody else going through this? When a man will probably come on here and say, well, fellas, I need help fixing this.
And they're good at coming together to expose other women. I think there should be something like that out there to expose other men. They're good at doing that. That's what I meant. I think there should be something out there to expose women who are getting ready to divorce their men, or women who have been chronic cheaters in the past. This guy says this is not surprising at all. The vast majority of women are only with a man because he provides for her financially. This is true. The vast majority of men are with a woman because he wants companionship, no matter how much money she brings to the table. Yeah, we hear that all the time. Men don't care about a woman's money. That was crazy. What else do we have going on here? First of all, this video is captioned, "She blinded her sugar daddy." I think when it comes to women who are able to navigate life by selling their bodies, and men deal with these women closely who have a lot of money, you've got to ask yourself, if she's willing to do that and bend her morals to that extent, what else is she willing to do? What lines is she willing to cross? Let's check it out.
Woman blinded her sugar daddy when he refused to pay her. 26-year-old Kaylee Renee Medina met a 61-year-old man on Seeking a dating app, which is where older men meet younger women. They both ended up going on their first date, they hit it off, and according to the man, nothing unusual happened. They stopped seeing each other, but later that month, Kaylee randomly showed up to his house at around 2:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. He let her inside, they talked, drank some wine, when suddenly Kaylee asked him for $2,000. He told her that he didn't have that kind of money, and that's when she freaked out and began destroying everything in his house, including his TV and his walls. She then grabbed detergent and poured it over his head, burning his eyes and then blinding him. And it only gets worse. She then stole his iPhone, passport, surveillance camera, and Dyson hairdryer before leaving. He was rushed to the hospital and ended up having chemical burns to his eyes. But police knew exactly who Kaylee was because this wasn't her first time being arrested. She was previously charged with a DUI and aggravated assault multiple times. She was eventually arrested, but then was released on a $20,000 bond. This woman
Wow. Crazy. But yeah. Women who can stoop so low to just go through life, literally being prostitutes to this level, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's called background check. You gotta do background checks on everybody. Well, wow. I was about to say somebody that you think you might have a relationship with, but ooh, you probably gotta do it on everybody that you're gonna see more than once.
Surprised when I hear stories like
That's men and women.
this. I wouldn't put it past a woman to act this way if she does not get what she wants. Let's check out some of these comments. First comment says, imagine if a dude chemically blinded a woman. We wouldn't hear the end of it. The double standards are ridiculous. Here's somebody else who says, wow, but she looks nothing like her profile pic. Yeah, that's true. Look at that top pic versus that bottom pic.
Wow.
Somebody else who says, I want to be her friend. What? See, these are the chicks you got to watch out for. Right there, talking about I want to be her friend. Psycho. Another comment here says, give her 3 extra years. Sentence for catfishing. Here's another comment that says, I'd feel bad for him if he wasn't trying to prey on a young girl in the first place. Seems like a wash to me.
So I used to have this train of thought. I used to hear older men say, man, that girl is crazy. And the first thing that I would think is, well, what did you do to her to make her react? Intimating that, you know, she probably wasn't crazy. Women are reactionary. That's why they can be so easily manipulated. But now I'm starting to think a little bit different. I'm starting to think because of emotions, women are prone to do anything, including things that would be considered or what would one make think that she's crazy.